I never thought I'd find myself here locked in a sterile containment unit, staring at a tank of what looks like blood-red water. They call it SCP-009, and the moment I laid eyes on it, I felt a chill creep down my spine. You see, I used to be a field researcher, but now I'm part of this mess. The first time I got close to it, I could barely breathe. The air felt heavy, almost as if it was thick with anticipation. They say this stuff can freeze you from the inside out, and I didn't doubt it for a second. The containment procedures are strict for a reason. No water allowed. Within 30 meters, can you imagine a liquid that looks like water but isn't? This thing is a predator, and we're its prey. I remember the stories they told us about its retrieval. A team of seal hunters found dead in the icy wilderness of Alaska, their bodies encased in that red ice. They say it took hours for their bodies to completely convert, leaving them conscious long enough to feel every agonizing moment. I can't shake the vision of their frozen faces, twisted in pain. When I was finally cleared to assist in testing, I suited up in the full environmental gear. I felt like a space explorer on a mission to a hostile planet. As we moved in, I could see the frosted edges of the containment tank, the way it seemed to glimmer under the fluorescent lights. We had temperature sensors hooked up, always monitoring, always on edge. If that temperature climbed above -5 degrees Celsius, we'd trigger a lockdown. I'll never forget the first exposure test. We had a D-class personnel, a man who'd made mistakes in his life, now a pawn in our experiments. I watched as he approached the edge of the tank, the red liquid swirling, almost beckoning him. As soon as that dreadful substance touched his skin, I could almost feel the temperature change. He didn't notice anything at first, just a warming sensation, they said, but then frost began to form, creeping up his arm. And that's when I realized we were playing with fire. It was like watching a horror movie unfold in slow motion. The surface conversion happened fast, and as the crystals formed on his skin, he cried out, panicking. We didn't expect it to happen so quickly. In that moment, I was reminded of the stories, the faces of those hunters. The D-class's screams echoed through the chamber, and I knew he wouldn't last long. We were all trained to be cold, to disconnect. But in that moment, I felt a wave of guilt. What if this was me? What if I was the one being consumed by that insatiable red liquid? Then it hit me. We had to stop the test, but the protocol was rigid. We had to wait. I watched him writhe in agony, the deep tissue conversion kicking in, the heat rising, and I knew there was no coming back for him. The temperature was rising fast, and we were running out of time. Finally, the order came to flood the chamber with coolant, but it was too late. The damage was done. The screams faded, and we were left staring at the aftermath, the horror of what SCP-009 could do. I can't shake the memory of his eyes, wide with fear as he looked at me. I can't help but wonder how many more lives this thing will take, how many more faces will haunt me. I'm just a researcher, but I know one thing for sure. SCP-009 is a nightmare that refuses to be contained. And now I'm part of its legacy.